From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, June 29th, 2017. Silver is trading at $16.77 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,244 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.7 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $2,530. Antiwar.com reports just days after the House Armed Services Committee unveiled its $696.5 billion military spending bill, their Senate counterpart, led by Senator John McCain, offered an alternative version that would exceed even that, topping out at around $700 billion. Both of these versions far surpassed the $603 billion proposal by President Trump, which was itself a substantial increase. The House version has a larger amount of the money in the Overseas Contingency Operations budget than the alternatives, but the Senate version is larger overall. The Senate version is said to add 6,000 more Army soldiers and 1,000 more Marines than the Pentagon wants, as well as 24 more of the troubled F-35 warplanes than has been requested. Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island, the ranking Democrat on the committee, endorsed the idea but wanted the Budget Control Act repealed to allow such a massive increase without any legal obstacles. Sequestration has capped the increase rate of military spending, in theory, but in practice the Overseas Contingency Operations budget has been used to circumvent that, as there is no limit on this, and laws enabling the money put into that budget to be shifted by the Pentagon wherever they want. Ironically, while no one takes sequestration seriously, the Overseas Contingency Operations slush fund seems to be continuing apace anyhow. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports the U.S. Department of Homeland Security on Wednesday announced new security measures for all flights into the United States, including greater examinations of carry-on electronic devices. Homeland Security Secretary John F. Kelly said the department decided on enhanced measures after taking into account evaluated intelligence. He said in a statement, "Our nation is being targeted daily by terrorists, criminals, hackers, nation-states, and more. We have continued to be confronted by threats to passenger aircraft. This isn't a new issue, but the threat has evolved." Included in the strengthened security measures, which affect all foreign flights that enter the United States, is heightened screening of personal electronic devices like laptop computers and tablets, an issue that has been evaluated at DHS and TSA for months. Kelly continued, "In March, I made the decision to ban electronic devices larger than a cell phone from the passenger cabins of U.S.-bound commercial flights from 10 airports in the Middle East and North Africa. I've met with our international partners. I've met with our industry leaders. I've met with other private sector stakeholders. My conclusion is this: it is time to raise the global baseline of aviation security. The increased security for carry-on electronics, however, does not include an expansion of the laptop ban to include any additional airports." After Kelly's announcement in March, officials debated whether to impose a similar ban on flights from other nations, particularly Western Europe. Larger electronic devices can be carried onto domestic flights, but they cannot be carried into the passenger cabin on direct routes to the United States from 10 airports in 8 countries, believed by U.S. officials to pose a greater security threat. Those countries are Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Morocco, Kuwait, and Turkey. Non-stop U.S. flights from Iran, Iraq, Syria, Libya, and Yemen, other nations firmly within the threat picture, do not exist. An expansion of the laptop ban could still be implemented at some point in the future, however. The added security also includes enhanced overall passenger screening, increased security in and around passenger terminals, and deployment of advanced screening technologies. The latter includes establishing what DHS called additional pre-clearance locations. The new measures affect flights from more than 100 countries, 280 airports, and 180 airlines, and will impact more than 2,000 flights and 325,000 passengers daily. Kelly said, "We cannot play international whack-a-mole with each new threat. Instead, we must put in place new measures across the board to keep the traveling public safe and make it harder for terrorists to succeed." DHS said the measures will be fully implemented over the next several weeks. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.